Welcome back to Talk of the Town. Hilton Head Comedy and Magic Club, located above Kingfisher Restaurant in beautiful Shelter Cove Marina, features Las Vegas headline comedian magicians and national touring stand-up comics, as well as the hit comedy gang Bonk. And here to tell us more, proprietors and performers, Kerry and Kelly Pollock. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
So I've heard wonderful things about the comedy club, and I'm just going to let you tell us a little bit about how you kind of changed the club since the previous owners.
Well, we did a complete remodel, and because we're featuring comedy and magic now, and more visual acts and comedy variety acts, we needed a little wider stage. It had the classic stand-up comedy stage, which was just basically a soapbox and a mic. So,
little square.
And I do the more visual act, and I'm appearing most of the time. Then we bring in the guest acts. So I just wanted a little more room. We painted the ceiling, painted all the walls, built a 16-foot wide stage, put in professional, intelligent lighting, theatrical lighting.
Right.
New curtains. We're getting a bit of the wow factor now, right?
Yeah,
when people come in that have been there before, they walk in and they go, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, this we went for a cabaret look, a Las Vegas style cabaret showroom, and we're getting good response from it.
Good, that's great. So, what else have you performed before? Where else have you performed before moving to Hilton Head to perform in your own venue?
Well, over the last 30 years, all over half the world, I guess, the Caribbean, Mexico, Canada, U.S., and Australia. Recently.
That's a neat venue.
Mostly recently in casino showrooms and a lot of corporate events. I work basically clean. That's our motto, funny, not filthy.
Right.
And it's not a kid show by any means. It's a Las Vegas caliber show, but if kids were, no one would be offended if their family was there. So.
Right. So I guess that brings me, that probably leads into this question. Is it a family show, or is it appropriate for everyone, or is it sort of age appropriate?
No, it's appropriate for everyone, and it's just that the show isn't geared towards kids or families. It's the same show I would do in Las Vegas and have headlined in Las Vegas with. But but the kids get the jokes. They get
sometimes they're way smarter than we are.
and it's nothing that racy, and there's no cussing really, and it's
clean fun.
So it's correct. We've been getting good feedback on that too. That we get a lot of that on the way out. People say thank you, and quite often we've had people come back and bring their kids later in the week to see the show. They came in, they realized, well, we could have brought our teenagers, and they bring them in. So.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. So do you have any special events coming up?
Yes, we do. We have Robert Duback coming in the last 2 weeks of October. A great one-man show. He's performed all over with us, and we're very excited to have him here in Hilton Head.
And is it best if people get reservations, or I'm not sure how large is the club?
Yeah, so we're right at now. We're at about 75 seats, and we're looking at expanding that this fall. And so reservations are definitely recommended. We have over the summer when we're busy, we quite often turn people away. So.
Wow. Okay. And are people able to have dinner and drinks while they're there?
Sure. Downstairs, if they'd like a full dinner at the Kingfisher, and then come upstairs. And we do dinner show packages for that, so they can save 10% on their entree and on the ticket price.
Okay.
And in the showroom, we do have full cocktail beverage service and an appetizer dessert menu by the Kingfisher as well.
Okay. Okay. So they can, if they decide to have a wonderful dinner downstairs at Kingfisher, they can just go up the steps and have a drink
and dessert.
And a dessert. Yes. And watch a show.
Yeah.
And so, is there a drink minimum? Do you have any?
No, there's no drink minimum.
No drink minimum.
And so, what are your hours?
At the time,
go ahead.
9 o'clock at the time is showtime. Doors open at 8:30, and
is that all week?
All week, and then most likely in October, probably when Bob Duback comes in, we will probably be going to 8 o'clock. Then, since it gets dark earlier, people come out the beaches earlier, and just to get back to Bob Duback, I think he will probably appeal much more to locals than the normal acts. It's more of a theatrical, one-man type play. He does 5 different characters, a huge set, so we're bringing him in for the 2 weeks. It's kind of like what you'd see off Broadway, a one-man play.
Well, thank you so
Very
much for
funny.
joining us today, Kerry and Kelly. And it sounds like a great venue, and it sounds like that show's going to be wonderful.
Well, thanks for having us, and come see the show sometime.
I will.
Thank you so much.
And we will be right back with Talk of the Town.